In early spring, the landscape feels alive. It shifts with change in each moment. All creatures awaken in the warmth, and we feel ourselves awakening too, enlivened in the hot sun.
Head up, I'm going down new paths on old ground, wildfires and birds.
The earth is waiting, and when the first storms come, everything resets in a magnificent rebirth of the land.
I'm free in my mind. I am free. I'm free in my mind.
I'll hold in my hand propped up.
Our minds are a spring landscape too. With water and sun, gratitude and understanding, we feel a colourful garden blossom into life. Everything starts from a small seed, even the largest trees or the most beautiful flowers. It all begins beneath the soil, waiting for the perfect time to sprout. Our own hopeful seeds of knowledge and intuition rest just below the surface, hungry for growth but calm in the stillness.
With my headphones,
Listening to the unknown. I am free. I'm free in my mind. I am free. I'm free in my mind. In the stress it unwinds to a pulse of true time.
These dry days of spring mean that we spend our mornings shepherding the sheep and goats to new pastures, rotating their paddocks to foster the growth of native grasses and make sure that there is enough feed to last us until summer. The seeds of native grasses lie dormant under the surface, waiting for the right conditions to grow. And these practices of rotational grazing and regenerative agriculture nurture the soils and encourage these important biodiverse grasses to grow. Already we've seen so many native species return, and this fills us with hope and joy for the future. With this little team of sheep and goats, it feels like we can achieve anything.
I'm free in my mind. I am free. I'm free in my mind. I am free. I'm free in my mind. Da 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 da
Bananas are the biggest reminder of the need to adapt the way that we live and grow in our changing environment. In modern farming, bananas have been cultivated to be seedless, which means that each plant is propagated from cuttings that are almost genetically identical to each other. As they reproduce, they do not adapt, shift, or change. Because of this, they are under threat due to their lack of diversity. Disease threatens to wipe out whole varieties, and from this, we learn to never stay stagnant, to always learn and grow, shifting with ourselves and the earth. We love using heritage seeds in the garden because, unlike modern varieties, they have adapted and evolved to suit our climate and our needs. I love the idea that the seeds that we grow have been lovingly passed through thousands of hands, through countless generations, being carefully selected and grown for their taste, adaptability, or productivity. In the last 80 years, the world has lost 93% of variety in our food seeds, and we see so much importance in safeguarding these precious seeds for future generations. It reminds us that to care for seeds is to care for the future. It is all connected. Us, the animals, the soil, the seeds, and the food that feeds us.
Oh, you love your snapdragon. Yeah, I've got so many colours now. The red one's going so well.
Thank you to everyone who has pre-ordered our book. We speak a lot about the importance of seeds, exploring what we've learned as we caretake the land. There are so many personal stories, drawings, paintings, and poems that consider seeds, the land, and our stewardship. If you would like to support us, you can follow the link in our bio to pre-order. And here is a little sneak on a poem from a very special section of the book. 1,000 ancient hands are held within a seed's intention. Our own hands twirl to their essence, guided by the continuation of being. Sprouts reaching through soft soil, like silent echoes pressing through time. Interlaced movements of the past and future teach us the eternal dance of spreading seeds. These early spring days have a slow kind of magic to them. Everything feels like it's awakening, and even the most repetitive daily jobs feel steeped in the potential of the new season.
At the end of summer, we set off like trains in the
Humid hot weather, walking, no sign of rain. We rode
about 30 miles stopping.
The dry days let us realize the importance of water. Our tanks are almost empty, and the grass is sparse.
Walking down the tracks, walking down the tracks, walking down the tracks.
Every afternoon, storms circle the mountains. Rumbling thunder and dark skies tease us, but they often go around. The snakes all seek a dry place to sleep, and we find them climbing our grapevines into the roof of our house.
traveling on trestles through the darkness.
The full moon glowing on.
When the storms do come, even the smallest drops of water mean so much. Spring in the rainforest is such a vibrant time. The mango flower's fragrance spreads through the hills. Their flowers set now, and even though it's still months from their harvest time, this is the most important time. In this delicate period, the flowers can't be knocked off by rain, and if they are, we'll have almost no mangoes in the summer. If it doesn't rain on them, we'll have an abundance of mangoes. It's a balance though. While it's sad to see summer's mangoes be washed away by a storm, the land needs rain at this time of year. It's all a balance, and the birth of spring makes us remember this. It's also my birthday, and I always love seeing the cycles of nature return alongside a new year. Spring seeds begin to sprout from the soil as I'm guided into a new year of growth. It feels like all of a sudden spring's awakening is here. The Karawang birds call in the rain, the storms return, and there is new life all around.
Walking on the track, walking on the track, walking on the tracks, walking on the track, walking on the track, walking on the track, walking on the track.
Walking down the track, 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 on down the tracks we went, walking down the track, walking down the tracks we went down.
If you don't cuddle Nim, she just jumps on top of you and makes it very clear that she wants cuddles. She puts herself in the most cuddly spot, and then you have to cuddle her.
We live on the lands of the Arakwal and Minjungbal People of the Bundjalung Nation. We acknowledge the traditional custodians of the country that we live on and recognize their continuing connection to the land and waters. We thank them for protecting this rainforest and its ecosystem since time immemorial.
Radio on, and we sang along.
These are dwarf banana plants, so they won't grow too tall, but they are such a great source of delicious food.
In the ground, carrying the sound.
I'm collecting suckers to plant in the garden. These little baby bananas will soon grow tall into their own plant. Then they'll produce fruit and then die. But they'll also make little banana plants of their own.
The van, all the way memories that you bring.
Bananas are thought to be first domesticated in New Guinea, but there are native species throughout Southeast Asia and even species that are native to Australia. But the type of banana that we all know so well has been cultivated to be seedless. I'm using the old banana plant to mulch around these ones. There is a use for everything in nature. The wilted banana stalk makes the best mulch to smother weeds and keep the soil wet.
You sit beside in the lowest hour. We saw beauty flower. Words holding light, hanging on to the night. Recalling infinite as they ring. You're my everything. Stay here
From the banana plant's reproduction and the season's eternal cycles, we learn that life rebirths and returns. The cycles of energy do not stop. They adapt and transform. So we haul weeds to the compost, where they rot and quickly renew into healthy soil. Their energy feeds the earth and nourishes our seedlings' growth. We learn from the garden's lessons and know that each seedling, worm, and tree can teach us something new. In the eternally shifting cycles of nature, we understand that energy is constantly morphing. I'm planting this taro here. I'm going to plant lots of it throughout here. I'm really inspired by syntropics at the moment, and so I want to plant lots of things in close proximity to each other and things that really grow well in this climate and sort of imitate a rainforest. So this is going to be a good kind of juicy low-level crop, and then the bananas go high, and I just want to plant it really full of lots of stuff here. Taro are these edible tubers, and we're not really sure what to cook with them or what to make from them, but I think they can be used for lots of things. So if anyone has any suggestions, please let us know, because we don't know what to do. As well, I thought it was a brown snake. I went to literally every shop in town asking for their cardboard. We've got lots of cardboard here that we're going to mulch the whole garden with, and that's going to keep all the moisture in and protect it from weeds. I went to town and I went to almost every shop and I asked them for their cardboard. And it's really nice, the community is so sweet because everyone gets so excited to see the cardboard go to good use. And everyone gets excited and says, yes, come round the back, I've got a whole bin full of cardboard. So I got lots. Can I put this on there?
There's a place that I like to go, where the air's quiet and the dandelion.
In spring, the snakes awaken, and it feels like beneath every rock and around every corner is a massive snake. This is a carpet python, and we respect them so much. They are big cuties going about their day. This one was starting to go towards the garden, but it knows that this is another snake's territory, so it quickly diverted its path. The snake that it was avoiding is a massive brown snake that lives in the rock wall by the garden. It is one of the biggest that I've ever seen, and they are super venomous and can be aggressive. So we try to not go anywhere near it, but it does live in our garden, so we've had a few close calls. Come on! The ducks are super smart. They spotted a massive brown snake and they started quacking and warning us about it. And I don't think they would be in trouble from it because browns don't really eat ducks. But browns are known for killing lots of humans instead. So I'm staying a lot away from it. They're the second most dangerous snake in the world, I think. And it's the biggest one I've ever seen. It's like that thick. It's like the size of a carpet python, but it's a brown snake. It was terrifying. But I can only see its body, and the ducks are really interested, and they just keep looking at it. Come on! Duck, 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 duck. I'm not going near it! You've got to come! Duck, duck, duck! Duck, duck, duck! B, come on! Yeah, you're allowed into the garden today. Don't eat the seedlings. Snakes are bad. You don't go near them. All the ducks are safe now. They're all up here. I convinced them with food. I think you'll be alright, just don't go near the snake, hey Wim? Don't go near him.
Nothing coming like a car.
Don't go near snakes, mister. Brown snakes are the scariest snake of them all. They are terrifying and I do not like them. Whenever I go near them, I just freeze. They're so scary. So I'm glad that everyone's okay. On the other side of the garden lives a red-bellied black snake. It's super fast and shy, and we've only seen it a couple of times, but it's a really special rare breed. While they are still super venomous, we always get excited when we spot one. There is also a whip snake that lives under our front step. These are again harmless cuties, but they do look very similar to brown snakes. We have learnt to live alongside the snakes, as this is their home more than it is ours. They are a beautiful and important part of the ecosystem. After a week of bruised skies and threatening thunder, a storm finally came. Coward! There you go. Double rainbow! There is a big storm coming and the sky has just turned completely pink, but there's these grey clouds looming. So all the animals are in bed now. I think we're all prepared. We'll just stay inside. It's a big storm. These first storms hold so much potent energy. It brought intense hail that formed thick layers of ice everywhere. This is the closest that we get to snow in the subtropics. And while it did destroy the pumpkin patch and probably knocked off most of summer's mangoes, we are so thankful for the rain that fed the soil and filled our tanks. The music in this video is by O.C. Elliott. They just released a beautiful new single. You can find their links in our description. Thanks so much to our patrons. Your support always makes us feel so inspired. Thank you so much for watching. You can find more stories like this in our book, which is our proudest creation of our life. You can pre-order it through the link in our bio, and this really supports us.